tuning into my YouTube channel live. Well, folks, it looks like the what can you say? I'm not happy about what I'm about to say, but here it is. I receive government funding so that my rent is more subsidized where I can afford it. Went over to my landlord, and this is what they told me. HUD and some other government funding, housing funding, is guaranteed through February. But unless things change, as of March 1st, HUD and other government funding doesn't look like it's going to be there. It's not promised. So, here's the problem. Sorry I can't mention any numbers. That's personal. But I'm going to be paying full rent. And on SSI and SSD, that's going to be really, really rough. I can make it. I've had to cut down on my food budget. And the problem that I'm going to have with this is, and I'm going to have to send a letter out, I'm not going to be able to afford to pay my creditors. That's all there is to it. I'm not going to be able to afford to pay my creditors and pay my rent, pay my lights, pay my car insurance, phone bill. It's just not going to be able to happen. So, if you guys haven't talked to your landlord, let me rephrase that. You guys that are getting housing assistance from HUD and some other government agencies, you better get a hold of your landlord and find out what's going on and be prepared. If things don't change, March 1st, you're going to be paying, or you could be paying, full rent. Once again, starting March 1st, if things don't change with the government the way it's going now, you will be paying full rent because HUD and other agencies that help you with your housing, it's not guaranteed. Again, it's not guaranteed. You know, I got on Facebook last night and I aired out. We have government employees that work for the United States of America, not some other company, but for the United States of America. And because of everything that's going on, I've been listening on the news, I've been reading some stuff elsewhere. The people that work for the United States government can't pay their rent. They can't pay their rent because they work for the United States government. What does that tell you? If you were another country, what would you say? What would you think about the United States in its current, and I'd say it's a crisis, that the people, the men, the women that work for the United States government, that have children, they have houses, they have cars, the money that was there isn't. If I was another country, I'd be going, if this is the way the United States is, then I'm not going to migrate to the United States. I'm not coming to the United States. It is just so, all word I can say is a sorry. I'm not a man that gets political. I never have until now. I think in the Constitution it says, we the people. We the people are paying for it. We the people are paying a price that we can't afford. We the people that have children, it's going to be our children, the great-grandchildren, and at least the great-grandchildren before we get to see the night or the daylight. But they say that this could go on for months. I just don't understand why one man and the top senators cannot meet once a day, no matter how much it hurts. And instead of taking it out on mom and dad and the kids, losing their houses, losing their automobiles, possibly having to move in with grandpa and grandma, that's not right. This, I guess I'm going to have to say it, this wall that one man wants to build, I'm not saying that I'm for it, and I'm not saying that I'm against it. But there's tunnels going underneath, straight going from Mexico all the way over into, what were they, in Texas, there's some in California. The moral of this is this. Why does one man want to hurt families? Why does one man want to hurt people? Which he is. Banks are going to be foreclosing on homes, which means the housing market is going to go to the people, or to our congressmen and to the other officials. Why can't you guys put everybody back to work so that we can get our lives together? I'm not finished. Give it a 6-month period. Starting tomorrow, a 6-month period where the President of the United States and all of these, either Republicans or Democrats, get everybody together. Put them in a room, shut and lock the door. Oh, and make sure they get food. But you guys have got to meet every day for no less than 5 and no more than 8 hours. And I know there's somebody in there that's saying I don't know, or Philip doesn't know a lot about government. I know enough to know when people are getting hurt. I know when people are getting messed with. And that's what's going on with this. There is, I even want to say there's hatred going on. And when there's hatred, that's as much as going in for a physical fight as it is anything else. Please, guys, if you happen to be a senator, even up into the President of the United States, quit hurting us. Quit hurting we the people. Please try doing a 6 months before people lose their homes, before they lose their life. There's already enough homelessness. There's already not enough food to go around. And once these people start losing everything, guess what's going to happen? It's going to be going into homelessness. Why? Because Republicans and Democrats can't talk with each other. Quit being children. Be adults. Get into that big comfy room of yours. Talk with the president. Talk with the vice president. But please, get everybody back to work tomorrow. Today is the 15th. Put everybody back to work by tomorrow, which should be the 16th, and no later than Thursday the 17th of January 2019. Please give it 6 months. I can't even believe that I'm on here talking about this. But then again, you guys up in Congress and the White House, you don't listen to the little guys. It's all money. That's all this is. To the president and congressmen and the senators, get out of this. Get this taken care of before there's more homeless people. And if they go homeless, it's your fault. It's not mine. It's not theirs. It's because of all of you and this. Well, everybody, I'm coming up on 15 minutes. Like I said, nobody listens to the little guys anymore. Take care. God bless. And to the families that are listening to this, it's got to change. It has to, or it's going to be too late. One more time, I love you guys. Take care. God bless. And